Oh, hey.
Hey,
What's going on?
just wait for it.
Okay.
Okay, so you know how we have a variable called number of coffees ordered in our app?
This box, yeah.
Yeah, and we had the value 2 in it.
Correct.
So if I hit the plus button in the app now,
Boop.
then what is the number of cups of coffee we
Well,
have?
that would be increment by 1, so the new value should be 3.
Yeah, so I'm going to throw out this old value
Okay.
and put in this new one.
Okay.
If I hit the plus button again,
Boop.
then how many cups do I have?
Well, now we will increment that to 4.
Yep, so throw this out, add 4 in.
Okay.
Now if I hit the minus button,
Boop, boop, boop.
then how many cups of coffee do I have?
Wait, Catherine, I thought you said there would be no math.
It's 1. Write that down.
Okay,
Thanks.
here it is. 1.
Yep.
Let me give that to you.
Thank you. Let's add all of this into our app now, and we're going to work on your math later. Let's look at the pseudocode for how clicking the plus button in the app can increase the number of coffees ordered. Pseudocode is a high-level description that explains the steps of what the app will do. We can write it out as if we're describing it to someone, because it's meant for people to read, not computers. This helps us put our thoughts into a linear flow of what needs to happen one step after the next. When writing pseudocode, we don't have to follow any specific structure or format, we just need to include useful details that would help us write the code later on. For our scenario, we want to create a quantity variable to keep track of the number of coffees ordered, and we initialize the value to 2 coffees. If the plus button is pressed, we can update the quantity variable to 3. If we hit the plus button several more times, we can increase the quantity to 4 and 5. Once we have a conceptual idea in our head of what the code should do, then we can focus on writing the actual Java code. At this point, then we can worry about the syntax of Java, the capitalization, the symbols, the spacing, and other specific rules about how to write Java code. The real code would look like this. To create a quantity variable and set it to 2, we would have int quantity equals 2, followed by a semicolon. This is what we covered in the last video. To update the quantity variable to 3, we just need to say quantity equals 3, followed by a semicolon. If we update the quantity to 4 and 5, this is what the code would look like. For this quiz, I want you to practice typing out these lines of code in the text fields provided. This will give you practice in creating an integer variable and updating it in Java. Pay close attention to each character and symbol as you type this out. When you're done, do you have any observations about the format of the code that you just typed out? For example, do you recognize any patterns? Enter any observations in this text field here.